Bible story time. Okay, guys, if you read the Bible, you know that the Bible has some really, really great stories in it. I mean, it's a lot of drama. I mean, I'm talking about straight up in Genesis. Before you even get into Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Kings, all that. Listen, just off the rip is straight drama. Okay? And I read the Bible and I get so much from it. And some stories, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'll be like, what just happened? God, what is the message here? And I have to wait on that revelation from God for that message, because sometimes these stories get a little wild. But I have one that I wanted to share with y'all today. It's drama, 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 but it is so good. It's such a good story. And I wanted to share it with y'all today in case you didn't know. It's out of Genesis chapter 34 and 35. I want to know what y'all think about it. I want to know what y'all think about it. If you've never heard this story before, I'm happy to share it with you. But I want to know what your thoughts are about this story, because it's wild. Okay. So this is the defiling of Dinah. Okay, so Dinah is the daughter of Leah, whom she had born to Jacob. Now Dinah went out to see the women of the land. So she going out to hang out with her girlfriends. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her, he seized her and lay with her and humiliated her. So basically, Dinah goes out. This is Jacob's daughter, okay? This is Jacob's daughter. This is Israel's daughter, okay? This is the daughter of Israel, if you don't know who Jacob is. Jacob is the son of Isaac. Isaac and Esau, are his sons. And Jacob steals the blessing from Esau. That's a whole nother story. And he becomes the firstborn. He essentially steals the firstborn's blessings or inheritance or birthright. He steals his birthright, but that's another story. Anyways, he's the one who has the blessing, and he has 12 kids, and one of them, 12 sons. One of his kids is Dinah, and Dinah goes out and gets raped just hanging out with the girls by this pervert Shechem. And here's the crazy thing. It says, and his soul was drawn to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. He loved the young woman and spoke tenderly to her. So this man raped this dude, this Shechem character. Y'all, this Shechem is crazy. This man raped this woman. He said he seized her, he lay with her, and he humiliated her. He raped her. And then he speaks tenderly and nicely to her, and he loved her, and his soul is drawn to her. He got a soul tie with her. And I feel for Dinah at this point. Like, yo, this dude is creepy. Okay, bro, you just violated me. And now you talking about you love me? You trying to be all sweet to me? Okay, it gets worse. Okay, so Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, "Get me this girl for my wife." He done raped this girl, done fell in love with her. Now he said, "Get me this girl for my wife." Now Jacob, it's her daddy, heard that he had defiled his daughter Dinah, but his sons were with his livestock in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. The sons of Jacob had come in from the field as soon as they heard of it, and the men were indignant and very angry, because he had done such an outrageous thing in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, for such a thing must not be done. So the brothers are pissed. They are livid. You say you did what now? Okay. But Hamor spoke with them, saying, "The soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him to be his wife. Make marriages with us. Give your daughter to us, and take our daughters for yourselves. You shall dwell with us, and the land shall be open to you. Dwell and trade in it, and get property in it." Shechem also said to her father and to her brothers, "Let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me, I will give. Ask me for as great a bride price and gift as you will, and I will give whatever you say to me. Only give me the young woman to be my wife." This dude is obsessed. He's obsessed. He's like, I'll give you anything. I'll give you anything you want. I'll give you anything. Look, y'all come be with us. We take your daughters. You get our daughters. And just let me have Dinah, let me have Dinah. This man is crazy. Poor Dinah. These are different times. So the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and his father Hamor deceitfully, because he had defiled their sister Dinah. This is where it gets tricky. This is the way it gets tricky. So the sons, they tell him, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a disgrace to us. Only on this condition will we agree with you, that you will become as we are, by every male among you being circumcised. Then we will give our daughters to you, and we will take your daughters to ourselves, and we will dwell with you and become one people. But if you will not listen to us and be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and we will be gone. So there's that. He said, if you want Dinah so bad, you want us to ride with you so bad, guess what? That little foreskin on you, you got to cut it off. Not only you, but everybody in your camp. Everybody. All the men, they got to get like us, baby. Because we ain't finna roll around with y'all uncircumcised folk and then be giving y'all our daughters to y'all uncircumcised folk. No, that's a terrible thing. We ain't even do that. So that's crazy, right? Like that you could demand that of somebody. But back then. But he said their words pleased Hamor and Hamor's son Shechem. So they was happy about this. They was like, for real? That's all we got to do? Okay. And the young man did not delay to do this thing, because he delighted in Jacob's daughter. Now, he was the most honored of all his father's house. So Hamor and his son Shechem came to the gate of their city and spoke to the men of the city, saying, these men are at peace with us. Let us take their daughters as wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this condition will the men agree to dwell with us, to become one people, when every male among us is circumcised as they are circumcised. Will not their livestock, their property, and all their beasts be ours? Only let us agree with them, and they will dwell with us. And all who went out of the gate of his city listened to Hamor and his son Shechem, and every male was circumcised, all who went out of the gate of the city. Now that is some brotherly love right there, okay? That's brotherly love. I don't care what nobody say. He said, look, man, I want this girl. I want her real bad. And matter of fact, we can give them our daughters. They can get out. We can get their daughters, their livestock and everything they got. They're going to be one with us. Come on, let's just do this thing. So he convinced these people that Jacob and his sons was so worthy that, hey, let's just get circumcised like them, and they can come in with us, and I can have her, and, we be all good. And all the men agreed to this. So on the third day, when they were sore, two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, took their swords and came against the city while it felt secure, and killed all the males. They killed Hamor and his son Shechem with the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went away. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and plundered the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their flocks and their herds, their donkeys, and whatever was in the city and in the field. All their wealth, all their little ones and their wives, all that was in the houses, they captured and plundered. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, hold on, let me stop right before. Y'all hear that? Them folk, them sons, for Simeon and Levi, bruh. Them boy don't play. Them boy don't play, bruh. Simeon and Levi do not play. Bruh. It says, two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, took their swords and came against the city while it felt secure, and killed the males. All the males. Two of the brothers. Can you imagine these two dudes got up and said, it's time. Third day, they sore. They feeling the pain now. They weak. They can't really do nothing. They can't really fight us back. Their penis is in a lot of pain. We finna go slay some things, because they think they finna just do that to our sister. They tripping. They crazy. So they go and they kill all the men. And then the other sons come behind them and plunder everything. And take everything. Plunder and take everything. They set these people up. Now here's the part. Here's the part where I'm like, yo, what's up with Jacob, man? What's up with Jacob? Then listen to Jacob. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, you have brought trouble on me by making me stink to the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites and the Perizzites. My numbers are few, and if they gather themselves against me and attack me, I shall be destroyed, both I and my household. But they said, should he treat our sister like a prostitute? Come on, brothers. Come on, brothers. I like that. I'm with the brothers on this one, okay? Jacob, all scary. Some of them, how they gonna do it? We gonna come again. How they gonna do? Look what you done did. They were like, so? They but what? So what? You saying he supposed to just rape our sister like that? And we ain't gonna do nothing about it? I don't think so. I love the response. Jacob is just like, what did you do? When you brought disgrace on me, I'm so what you gonna do? They're like, so we supposed to just let that go down? That's so funny to me, bro. Y'all get this visual in your mind? Because I see, I'm a visual person. I see this in my head. Like, I see Jacob standing there just so upset, scared, shaking in his boots, like, he ain't know what was going on the whole time. Like, I can see these brothers when they telling these guys this. Yeah, y'all go get circumcised. Well, I'm sure amongst themselves, the brothers, they know who they like. They know they ain't finna nothing. Amongst themselves, they know we ain't agreeing to this. They already know. You know what I'm saying? Amongst themselves, Jacob probably like, okay, that sounds reasonable. That sounds good. Jacob's cool with this. When they go behind his back and do this thing, he is not expecting it. We can tell that much. He don't know his sons. He don't know his boys. But his boys, they knew what they was going to do for the jump. Jacob, he didn't know his kids. That's funny. That is funny. But he's... So let's go on and see what happens after this. Like, was it let him just treat our sister like that? I don't think so. God said to Jacob in the next chapter, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there. Make an altar there to the God who appeared to you when you fled from your brother Esau. So Jacob said to his household and to all who were with him, put away the foreign gods that are among you and purify yourselves and change your garments. Then let us arise and go up to Bethel, so that I may make there an altar to the God who answers me in the day of my distress and has been with me wherever I have gone. So they gave to Jacob all the foreign gods that they had and the rings that were in their ears. Jacob hid them under the terebinth tree that was near Shechem. And as they journeyed, a terror from God fell upon the cities that were around them, so that they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. And that is where I will stop with that story. So, Jacob is worried. So Jacob does what Jacob does, and Jacob is rightfully so. He prays, and God says to Jacob, arise and go to Bethel and dwell there. Make an altar to the God who appeared to you. He says, go here, leave here, go to Bethel, make an altar where I appeared to you. And this is interesting. So this is just after Jacob is displaying all this fear and whining, basically. You know we're gonna die. God say, get up, go over here, make an altar. God already had it covered. God was cool. God was like, just go make me an altar. Give me all your foreign gods, all your jewelry. Give me all that. We're gonna go over here, make this altar. And as they journeyed, not when the altar was made, not after the altar was made, but as they journeyed to Bethel to go do this thing, a terror from God fell upon the cities, so that they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. They were afraid of the sons of Jacob. God made them terrified of the sons of Jacob, so that they would not pursue them. so interesting to me in this story, because Jacob is the chosen one. He has swindled his brother out of his birthright and his blessing, and he has these sons. And it just seems to me like one thing I get about Jacob, although he is chosen, and he is made, given the promise, he has a streak of cowardice in him, and this is an example of that. This is one of the examples where he shows his cowardice. And I think this is important when we read the Bible, to really take note of the iniquities in the people that God uses, because it's such a reminder that we do not have to be perfect. I think in the church, in religion, it gives us this idea, it really breaks us apart from faith. Because it makes us feel like we are resting and living, we have to live through our flesh. And when we do that, we are under the curse of the law, which Jesus freed us from the curse of the law. So here it is in each one of God's servants that you see in the Bible, his prophets, his chosen people. They always have this streak of iniquity. As you can see, they're so human, like we all are. And this is what I love about the Bible, because as we struggle as believers through our daily lives, just doing the best we can and walking with God and seeking with God, we can oftentimes be unforgiving of ourselves. We can be a little aggressive with ourselves when it comes to seeking righteousness. And it's not that we shouldn't seek righteousness. Don't get me twisted. What I'm saying is, we don't make allowances for people and their iniquities, I feel, as much as we should. Because when I see in the Bible how much grace God shows his people and his protection and his support, it is really humbling. And it's such an honor to even be able to experience that type of love from God. Romans, the book of Romans, Apostle Paul tells us that God, where our weaknesses, God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. And here is a perfect example of that. God's strength being made perfect in Jacob's weakness. Jacob is afraid. I feel like, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, I feel like what the brothers did, God is not punishing them for it, because he's fine with it. He's like, do as you will, have your way with them. Because what they did was very wrong. What Shechem did was incredibly wrong. It was beyond reproach. You raped this woman. You defiled this woman, Jacob's daughter, Dinah. You took her virginity. And then you came and asked for her hand in marriage. And then you asked us to join your people and in your land. And this is a disgraceful thing to do. This is a absolutely disgraceful thing to do. The brothers, can you imagine? Brothers are protectors. Brothers protect their sister. You don't do things to, and I don't even know what Shechem was thinking. Like, he seen the brothers. He knew Dinah had brothers. He had to know Dinah had brothers. A lot of them. So I don't know what he was thinking. Why would you do that? I guess he didn't know. He had to mess around and find out. But he messed around and found out that Jacob's sons was not to be played with, especially that they're Simeon and Levi. That they're Simeon and Levi, oh no, they was trouble. But Jacob was so nervous, so afraid of what his sons had done. Instead of being, and from the beginning, he waited for the sons. And notice that when he found out what had happened, when he heard, and when Hamor, the father of Shechem, wanted to come talk to him, he said that the Bible says that he waited for his sons. He said, and Jacob, but his sons were with his livestock in the field, so he held his peace until they came. So there was something to be understood, that this is going to be a group decision. This is going to be a group decision. Jacob, even though he was a father, he didn't feel like, I'm going to handle this on my own. I guess he already knew his sons was going to want to have a say about it. But he didn't know his sons well enough to know that they wasn't going to let that slide. I guess. But he knew him well enough to know, and they had the type of relationship like, well, look, my sons, we talk about my sons come here. Then we can work this out. But what do y'all think about this story? What do y'all think about this Bible story? I personally, when I see Levi, if you notice as you go on to read through the Bible, you'll notice the status that the Levites have in the Bible. The people, the Levites, they're not. It's interesting because they're separate from the Israelites, but they dwell with the Israelites, and they have their own privileges and rights. They're not a forsaken people whatsoever, but they are separate, included. You'll see it as you read the Bible. But what do you guys think about that story? Is that wild or what? Like, do you want brothers like Dinah's brothers? I wouldn't mind having some brothers like Dinah's brothers. Like, anybody touch me, baby, it's gonna be hell to pay. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, that's Genesis chapter 34 and chapter 35 to begin. I hope this encouraged you to just get in your Bible and just read it for yourself, and allow the Holy Spirit, allow God to communicate with you and break things down for you and explain this stuff to you and give you revelation about these things. And hopefully we can come together and share in this space, or you can share with people as you meet your friends, your family, your loved ones. Hopefully I can have enriching and entertaining Bible discussions. Like, that's what I love to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, God bless y'all. You have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day or night.